So I've been in a film with, it's based on the story of Warren Farrell, who's an American political scientist. And it's about the problems of young boys growing up without positive male role models in their life. And, you know, we kind of see more suicides. We see more of them in addiction. We see more of them in prison. So most people in prison are from single-parent families, most men anyway. So Brad, who we're going to be meeting in a minute, he does the men's breakfast for us. So I'm just going to have a chat with Brad and talk about his story and his life. But that's the theme, really, of like, you know, what do we do when we don't have positive male role models in our lives? How does it affect us? And, you know, the love of God, the love of an authentic Father God seems to address that and just bring some peace and understanding. I've seen that myself in prisons and in lots of different circumstances. So, Brad, you sort of, in Burnley, the church in Burnley, church on the street, you do the men's breakfast.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about kind of the type of people that we see and the kind of things that you do.
Yeah, so the type of men that we've got coming to the men's breakfast, we have people who's fresh out of addiction. We have people who are still homeless, people who are still in addiction. We have born-again Christians. There's a bit of a variety of all different people there. But the aim is of the men's breakfast is to get the men together, to be able to encourage one another, build each other up, stuff that men are not really good at doing, you know, and so we're accountable to one another as well. You know, and it's kind of like having a space where we can talk about our faith, our journey, where we're at in our journey. You know, what are we not doing? What should we be doing?
So we're looking at some research, Brad, and so there's more children now with smartphones than there is fathers.
Yeah, I can believe that.
So it's kind of, tell us a little bit about your story, because you're a fit and healthy man, you're living the best life you can at the moment and everything. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about you.
I kind of grew up on a council estate. Lad growing up, you know, always knocking about with older lads, trying to fit in, always up to no good. And it kind of took me down a bit of a dark path. You know, I started taking drugs at a very, very early age. I'm talking like year 6 at school, smoking cannabis, taking amphetamine, drinking in and out of police stations, and my mum would be all sorts.
Did you have your dad with you at that point?
No, it was my stepdad. So when I got arrested, my mum would send my stepdad down. So my dad's a lorry driver. So he's worked away all my life. I'd see him like once a month. He'd come and see us, and then that'd be it. Done a lot of travelling with him as I was growing up in lorry. They're the probably best memories I've got from growing up with my granddad as well. He was a lorry driver, so I've kind of been all around, and that's the only time that took me away from the madness on the estate.
Yeah,
I went to committed a crime when I was 15. And no, I was 14, sorry, but they didn't sentence me until I was 16, so they could give me the maximum sentence as a young adult. And I got just short of 4 years on that sentence, and got out when I was 18, and that just completely just ruined my life, if you will. It kind of, I got out of prison, I went back home, my mum couldn't cope with me. She asked me to go moving with Dad's, that's how I ended up in Darwin. Met same type of lads as I knew in Burnley, and it just spiralled again, and I got into pinching cars, but I used to kind of get like a bit of a buzz off it. I enjoyed it. I was just in the system of the police, prison, all that for about 8 years, and then I had an accident. I got I was living in an hostel in Blackburn and I got stabbed. A lot of drinking, a lot of binge drinking. I ended up, I got addicted to pain relief. Abused it. I liked the feeling it gave me. Going back to the doctors, I need some more medication. I'm still in pain, but I'm not in pain. But I like the feeling it gave me. And in the setting I was living at, there was a lot of addicts in there.
Yeah.
And some lad said to me one day, he said, "You're rattling." And all the stigma around heroin at that time, it didn't really bother me because I thought that feeling is going to take away the way that I feel right now, and I just wanted it to go. Yeah. That took me down a dark path, so I got addicted to opioids, living in all the hostels. Yeah, it's just one absolute big mess. I got introduced to crack about 5 years in to my addiction, and always said I'd never inject drugs. And I seen a lad one time and he'd mixed it together, snowballing.
Yeah.
And I thought, wow, he looks like, you know. So I tried that, and then my addiction spiraled out of control even more. Got clean after about 5.5 years. Met my ex-partner. Had a child, tried to settle down. It just out, but I weren't ready in my mind or well enough to be able to live a normal life. So I've been in and out of multiple rehabs, but the last time I went to a treatment centre, so I remember when you first set up church on the street, I was still in active addiction.
Yeah.
I used to come on a Friday.
Remember.
And the first time I ever met you, I asked you for a fag. You might have changed quite a bit, so you give me a fag, and then so I'd come and get a brew, and I'd have to go straight away because I weren't allowed in town centre. So then I went to another treatment centre and I got clean, and I thought I need to go to that church. To cut a long story short, I got speaking to a lad who were in there as well, and that's how I got speaking to Joanne. And then I got introduced to the church, started doing the 12 steps, and it was at that point that I found Christ through any higher power, but I weren't into all this what other people believe in the higher power. I've always had a belief of God, but I didn't have an understanding about it. But I've tried all sorts to try and change my life. But when I got introduced to Christ, and you did a call out one day, and and you don't do them very often. It's just whenever it's put on your heart, you know. And I didn't have to think about it twice. I got up, stepped forward, and from that day forward, my life, it planted a seed within me. And my life's just, I've been living a life that I've always wanted to live from that day forward. I can honestly say it's the faith, Jesus is the only way, is the only answer. Yeah. To be able to live an abstinence life of peace and joy.
It's like the guilt gets taken away from all the things that you've done, and even what other people think about you, or all that can get taken away. So you don't have to live in all that rubbish, and you can just be the person that you are. So the person that's sat here now is a different Brad to that I give the fag to.
Absolutely.
There's no doubt, is there?
Yeah, 100%.
And I guess as well, you're not going to get many pastors that are going to give cigarettes out, are you?
No.
Do you know what I mean?
No, but you're coming down to their level.
I guess so, yeah.
As well, aren't you?
Yeah, meeting people where they're at, yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then back to the men's breakfast then.
Yeah.
So how do you think your experience and the life that you've led helps you to do the work in the men's breakfast?
So what I'm a big believer how God will use your lived experience to be able to he'll use that to be able to help others, because you can relate to a lot of people. And I kind of take that with me. Yeah. Because, you know, we have lads who are still in that, Yeah, so I take that with me.
Yeah, that's really good. So what do you think of the camper van?
I love it. It's great. It is. It's a good bit of kit.
It's a good bit of kit in it. Yeah, it is. It's good. So thanks, Brad. Thank you.
No bother.